have a
Ah,
very insightful session lined up in interview. We will explore one of the most essential skill in personal and professional life, and communication idea. Today we are joined by Maya, who will share her thoughts, strategy, and experience on how to improve writing clarity, overcome common communication challenges, and express ideas more effectively. This conversation and the key principle of good writing and how to apply them in everyday life. Let's go to Maya and ask some about this question of this topic. Maya, how are you?
I'm doing all right, considering I just got volunteered for an impromptu lecture. A little unexpected, but hey, I'm game. You can just call me Maya, though. No need for the
Maya, my
formality.
first question
And you
is what
are.
does clear communication means to you and why is it important?
For me, clear communication is about landing your thoughts directly in someone else's head with minimal translation. It's not about simplifying things down, but about stripping because, well, everything falls apart without it. Misunderstandings breed conflict, opportunities get missed, and frankly, life just becomes way more frustrating. It's the foundation of like everything good.
Okay, Maya, if you have any example
Okay,
about this,
so
please
you
share with
letting that
me.
sink in? Totally. Okay, so imagine you're asking someone to pick up milk. Could you maybe grab some white stuff from the store? Is not clear. They could get almond milk, oat milk, heavy cream. But please pick up a gallon of 2% milk leaves zero room for interpretation. It's the difference between a helpful request and a frustrating guess. It sounds simple, right? But it's everywhere in emails, presentations, even just everyday chats. Small clarities add up.
Maya, what does good writing improve personal and professional success?
Good writing sharpens your thinking, period. So organize your thoughts, identify gaps in your logic, and articulate your ideas in a way that makes sense, not just to others, but to yourself. It makes you more persuasive, more confident, and honestly more insightful. It's a skill that bleeds into every other area of your life, from problem solving to building relationships. Basically, it makes you a more effective human.
Okay, very well, Maya.
Sounds
What
about
common mistake do people make when typing trying to communication their ideas?
oh, where do I even start? A big one is jargon. Using buzzwords and industry specific lingo that your audience doesn't understand. It makes you sound smart, maybe, but it doesn't make your point any clearer. Another is burying the lead. People tend to ramble and build up to their main point instead of stating it up front. And honestly, just plain old being vague. Leaving things open to interpretation when you should be specific. It all boils down to not considering your audience and what they actually need to hear.
Okay, very well, Maya.
Glad it's
Okay, my
resonating.
next question is how can someone
Lay it on.
simplify the complex idea without losing meaning?
That's the $1 million question, isn't it? First, identify the core concept. What's the single most important thing you want to convey? Then break it down into smaller, digestible pieces. Use analogies and metaphors. Relating the complex to something familiar can work wonders. But, and this is key, don't dumb it down. Maintain the integrity of the idea. Just present it in a more accessible way. Think of it like explaining a complicated movie plot to a friend. You need to hit the highlights without spoiling everything. Does
Okay,
that land?
Maya.
Is that a useful way to?
Okay, Maya.
Right? Cool. We're getting
What?
some
Okay, Maya. What
your
role
arm.
does understanding your audience play in effective communication?
It's it's everything. At like 90% of the battle. You could have the most brilliant idea in the world, but if you present it in a way your audience can't grasp, it's wasted. Knowing their background, their knowledge level, their biases, all of that informs how you frame your message. It's about meeting them where they are, not expecting the way. It's empathy applied to communication. You wouldn't explain quantum physics to a 5-year-old, right? Same principle, just on a less extreme scale.
Okay, Maya, why?
True. It's really about tailoring.
Okay,
Why what?
Maya,
You cut
why
out
is planning or
mid-sentence.
outlining important before writing?
Because without a plan, you're just outlining forces you to think through your argument, identify the key points you want to make, and structure them in a logical order. It prevents rambling, ensures coherence, and saves you a ton of time in the long run. It's like building a house. You don't just start laying bricks randomly, you need a blueprint first. It gives you a roadmap to follow and keeps you from getting lost in the weeds.
Okay, Maya, how can writers can make
Makes
their
sense, yeah?
content more engaging for readers?
Good question. Ditch the voice. Use strong, active verbs. Tell stories, even if it's just a brief anecdote to illustrate a point. Use vivid language and sensory details to paint a picture in the reader's mind. Break up long blocks of text with headings, subheadings, and bullet points. And importantly, know your audience and write in a style that resonates with them. Basically, don't be boring. Make it feel like a conversation, not a lecture,
Okay, very well.
right? So
What is the importance of using simple and concise language?
it respects the reader's time and intelligence. Nobody wants to, wade through a swamp of complicated sentences and unnecessary jargon. Simple, concise language makes your message easier to understand, more memorable, and more persuasive. It's about clarity, remember? Stripping away the excess and getting straight to the point. It shows you don't need to impress people with fancy words to make a valid argument. Exactly. It's a superpower, honestly. We actually just covered that one. Well, you asked me a few minutes ago. I said it respects the reader's time, makes your message clearer, remember? Are you testing me? Okay, that's a choice. Should we keep going? Or did you want to revisit a previous topic? Right. Well, I'm
What
here.
does grammar and punctuations influence clarity?
Huge influence. Grammar and punctuation are the rules of the road for written language. Without them, everything just becomes a chaotic mess. A misplaced comma can completely change the meaning of a sentence. Poor grammar erodes credibility and makes your writing look sloppy and unprofessional. It's not about being a grammar snob, it's about ensuring your message is understood correctly. Punctuation, especially, provides course. Glad I could participate. Anything else on your mind? Or are we wrapping up? All right, then. Have a good one. It was. Oh, I'm gonna be the old one. Well, that's a statement. All right. Take care.
Reading regularly help in writing better.
Is that a serious question? Yes. Absolutely. Reading is to writing what practice is to music. exposes you to different styles, expands your vocabulary, and helps you internalize the rhythms and structures of good writing. The more you read, the better you'll understand what works and what doesn't, and the easier it will be to translate